go to one versus the other and out of background again.
My name is Lindsay.
My name is Kid.
We've kind of been
Control yourself.
trying to figure out what to do.
Yes.
Today we're gonna react to it's a Jubilee video. It's a video called If White Men Were 100% Honest, and what's it about?
Everyone is racist, including me.
I'm not, like, nobody wants to think of themselves as racist, and I don't think that I'm racist in the way that I think we think about racism, but I think I took the question as these, like, inherent biases that everybody has, and I think most of the time, most people are not aware of them.
It's weird. I think there's like this.
I'm just kind of iffy on talking about this. I've seen more racism on my Hispanic side than on my white side.
A lot of the time it is true.
Like that's just from my experience, right? Like that's just my personal experience. Like, so I don't know. So that question bugs me because I think with questions you have to define what you're asking, right? Racism is it's so broad and it's different for so many different people on so many different levels. The first thing they should have done is define
what they meant of the racist.
Yeah, but let's see if they do it, because maybe they do it and I don't know.
New generational divide of like, you are a racist or you said a racist thing. And I don't know where the line is. You might say something a little racist or something you don't see as racist. Someone calls you out and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, apologize. And if you argue that point against them, then I would say you're a racist. But if you understand, or you come to understanding, you learn, everyone should be able to forgive that person and be like, no, you made a mistake. People make mistakes. I don't know. I feel like it's a binary. Yeah.
I think a really important thing that kind of is tough with cancel culture right now is that road to redemption. And so after you've said something wrong, how do you make yourself right again in the public sphere? At least personally, I feel like I don't see that a lot with cancel culture. Is if someone makes amends, there's now an acceptance like, hey, you did something wrong, but you're okay now, or at least better.
I think social media kind of
That to do with racist.
I don't know.
But I can see that cancel culture is bad. It's good to bring it up though.
Maybe they're talking about how people videotape other people in the worst moments of their day. And then they're like, let's ruin this person's life. I don't think, and then people don't want to see people improve. They just want to bash and hate on this person. But I don't think if someone's being extremely racist, let's say, like there's been situations, like in New York, where I believe it was like a lawyer or a realtor lawyer started yelling at these two people in front of him that were speaking Spanish. About how they're in America and they need to speak English. And then the woman started speaking English, perfect English. She was like, we're just having a private conversation. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
And they ended up getting this guy fired, like all these different things. I don't think someone like that is going to become a better person if you fire them for being racist. Right? You don't become a better human being when you lose your financial stability, right? If anything, it's gonna cause more blame. Like, look a lot of situations with different genocides, right? When bad things would happen to one type of group, they would blame it on the other. When they would lose their jobs, when they couldn't pay for things, right? Because it was the only way they needed to direct their anger. I don't think the way we're going is the best way.
You said you don't think the way
we're going is the best way. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, me neither. Because I don't agree. If you're entirely breaking somebody's down doesn't make a person that able to learn something or even doing anything to correction. That person not even think about it to begin with.
They probably, and also I would hate if in the world people would see me in my worst moment, right? You know, like
Yeah. 100%.
And the fact that people are videotaping people who, rightfully so, are being jackasses, I just don't think cancel culture helps the situation. I mean, yeah, sure, those people need to be punished, like, in a way, right?
But I think that is the people think that it serves some form of justice.
Yeah, but I don't look at how our reform in prison is. The punishment people are getting aren't exactly reforming them to be
not really.
progressive people in society. They just end up, a lot of people just end up doing the same thing over and over again. So I just don't think cancel culture is just helping with improving the world's perspective on race, right? If anything, it's creating more of a divide and it's suppressing what people are saying in front of cameras, but I think it's heightening what people think inside their brain. And I think it's magnifying this
Their
anger
hatred.
to push it, their hatred, their everything, to shift it onto someone else, right? Someone due to their race. Well, I don't think that's right. I think that reform is better than punishment. That's just me. That helps society more.
It's hard. Like, even it's like a super hard math question and my brain start hurt.
Well,
It incentivizes against redemption, and I feel like it's just outrage, and I do think people do like the rush of anger. I don't think
It's
people
not wrong.
really believe in redemption anymore. I guess just disagree with the idea of racism as a binary. It kind of goes back to that like really old meme where like Skipper says like, we did it, Mrs. Obama, racism is over. The idea of a redemption is just like, all right, they've fixed their racism, in the sense that like I think the redemption that our society is calling for is impossible. It's almost like you need to like write a check every time you make a racism, and like that will absolve you of your thing, where I think like what we should be doing is like the idea of growth towards a better understanding.
I've struggled with my sexuality.